time now to welcome on board Mr. Sanjiv Bhasin, the director at IIFL Securities. Mr. Bhasin, good afternoon. Thank you so much for making time and speaking with us. A very simple question. What should an investor do with the Adani group of stocks at this point of time? Should they look at selling and booking profits, or is it a time to buy the dip?
Well, that's a million-dollar question. One report from 5 analysts who I've never heard of, Hindenburg, comes and upsets the market. They come on the expiry day and tell them that they are short. So it's all concerted. I think, whatever the outcome, it tells us that how insider trading is very, very open right now. In fact, SEBI and stock exchanges should look into who had initiated this and where was the call writing and put and hence the option market. Because on Wednesday, out of a turnover of 400 lakh crore, 300 lakh crore was just the option. But on a more neutral note, I think the group has enough very good assets and there is sovereign risk over here. LIC, there are other banks. I see no problem. There is always going to be the uncertainty when a group has made its market cap past 20 lakh crore in the last 5 years. But it's on the back of businesses which are there. So the debate is open. I still think that in a global context, India has hugely underperformed in this month. And now is the time to put your money where your mouth is. I don't see any changes coming on the LTCG on the negative side. And if anything, there can be more proponents on capex and other things because the government is sitting on a much better balance sheet than before. So I would say this is the lull before the storm of buying what you want because what the money had to go to China is already gone. So I would definitely say give Adani a subscribe over here. As a disclosure, we have no holdings in Adani and neither do we advocate.
Mr. Bhasin, that point is taken. And yes, perhaps we might be getting into a buying zone, as you pointed out, after the budget, we might see that rally. Let's see how that pans out. But specifically coming back to the Adani group of stocks, if you had to pinpoint the top 2 to 3 bets in the entire group, what would those be? Will it be the cash cow in terms of Adani ports? Will it be the cement names which are seeing quite a bit of cyclicality? Or will it be the new age companies, let's say the likes of green energy, etc.? Mr. Bhasin, we've got you on a bit of a scratchy line. We'll try and patch that line. Mr. Bhasin, the question I was asking you earlier, if you had to take the top bets from the Adani Group stock and try to hazard a buy at these levels, which stocks would you prefer?
Look, Anisha, look at the top gainers. Bajaj Auto, Tata Motor, Mahindra, Hero. The numbers from the auto side are excellent. When an economy turns, the first 2 sectors to turn are cement and autos. And I have no 2 ways. I think Ambuja is a steal at this price. Aside from that, the holding company Adani Enterprise and Adani Ports. Adani Ports would be, I think, arguably the 3rd best port in the world. So, ignoring the corporate issues and the debt, we all know there is no such hidden thing. Every 6 months, something comes up like that. And it's all you can see the prerogative of the derailing the FPO. So there are pros and cons and people for it. But this is all, I think, very well orchestrated where market, action, where the option side is telling you that insiders had already taken position and perpetrated this report. What the outcome, that's the market for you. But I definitely think cement autos are telling you that the economy has turned. And if anything, the budget could be a trendsetter. So I think this is a very good time to buy such select stocks, definitely.
Right. Let's talk about, the point that, you just made. But what happens to the FPO? Because current price of Adani Enterprise is slightly lower than the FPO. Does it change anything?
Pankaj, where have you seen 30% falls in 2 days? Now, whether it is perpetrated or there are sovereign funds, there are enough people who have committed to the FPO. So I think it's like I said, it's a needle where you have to see whether you can ignore the noise and put your money in something which is giving you value, but it's the investor choice. We will not try and influence that. We definitely think there is merit in the group, and we think the longer-term prospects remain very, very robust. You cannot have growth of the type of the growth in infrastructure which they have done without debt. And it's a misnomer that I think all their businesses are in fine shape. So I would definitely advocate a buy, at least in the FPO, and I would say the Ambuja and the ports are looking very, very attractive at this price.
Okay, Mr. Bhasin, we'll let you go on that note. Thank you so much for joining us today and helping us understand what to do, because it's very tricky for the investors at the moment. It gets a bit scary when you see such kind of falls in the individual stock prices, but that's what we are staring at. A cut of almost 20% as far as Ambuja Cement is concerned, and it's fallen below the open offer price that Adani had to pay at the time of acquisition as well. So there's been quite a bit of serious decline there. And not just that, the other group companies, as Pankaj also was talking about, the downtrend really seems to be continuing for now. And in fact, look at the Nifty as well. Let's pull up the Nifty intraday chart, please. It's gone to 17,570 at the moment. So the cuts are just getting deeper. And it's Reliance Energy as well, which is taking it on the chin today. There are the other banking names, the likes of SBI, which is down in trading session. You also have HDFC Twins. You have ICICI Bank. They're all down, anywhere between 2 to 4%. We'll do one thing. We'll slip into a very short break, but don't go anywhere. The market is really volatile, and we'll track that for you when we come back.